Hi, my name is Steve, and I'm with the Center for Practice Transformation. We are part of the School of Social Work at the University of Minnesota, and we are dedicated to both research and inspiring and training practitioners here in the state of Minnesota and nationally to be the best human service professionals that they can be. We are offering 3 short videos to describe 3 tools that you can use in the field. And we're doing this in collaboration with the Center for Advanced Studies in Child Welfare, also located in the School of Social Work at the University of Minnesota. The first tool that I would like to explain to you is called Character Strengths Cards. And if you don't have a set in front of you, this is what they look like. They are a set of 16 cards that each one has a character strength with a nice little inspirational picture on the front, and the character strength listed on the back side is a greater in-depth description of what this particular character strength is. Well, how do we use these? Well, first of all, these are used in developing a relationship with your client that you're working with, ultimately to support them to become the best parent or caregiver that they are able to be with their children. And to be able to identify character strengths can help to inspire a sense of hope in a client who may be feeling pretty hopeless at the time that you are working with them. These strengths cards also help to build a working alliance, because your clients will know that you are focused in on supporting them with their natural strengths to become the best parent that they can be. Strengths cards also help us to support and evoke increasing levels of self-efficacy, which is that sense of mastery or agency, a sense of ability to be able to meet the challenges that these parents and caregivers are going to need to meet. So who might benefit from character strengths cards? Well, everyone. I would encourage you to use these with yourself, with family members, with colleagues, to be able to support the identification and exploration of our own strengths. And so to practice these, you can practice these on yourself and with others. But particularly, of course, your clients who are feeling especially hopeless or feeling the overwhelm of the challenges that they have to face. Well, when's a good time to use character strengths cards? I would say early in the relationship, as you are developing that working alliance with your client, but I wouldn't use it too early so that it feels awkward. I think after you try this out, you'll begin to feel a sense of when is a client ready to be able to begin to explore, whether a guard has maybe come down just a little bit, where they recognize that your job is to help them become the best parent that they can be. And so I would say early on, but not too early in the relationship. Well, how do we use character strengths cards? There's a lot of creative ways to use these cards to help to evoke strengths. So feel free to be creative. You can take these cards and simply put them out on the table and have a person look through them and talk about them in a casual sort of way. Or you can use these strengths cards by doing what we call a card sort. And that's where you would take each of the 16 cards and have your client place them into 3 piles on the table in front of you. One of the piles would be character strengths that are not much like me. A middle pile would be strengths of, these are somewhat like me. And a third pile of, yes, these are very much like me. So you've got 3 piles of character strengths cards on the table. Then I would take the pile that are a lot like that person and have your client identify 3 of these top strengths that they have. So you've got 3 cards sitting out in front of you on a table. And then I would just begin to evoke stories of examples of how this person sees these as their strengths, looking back in time over their life and how these strengths have played out in their life. And you're beginning to evoke from this client these particular stories about their experience with these character strengths. You can also then begin to talk about how these strengths might be used to meet the challenges that they are facing now in their life, and explore how these strengths would apply to current life challenges. Then throughout your working relationship with this client, bring them up often and support a person, because how often do we forget about our strengths? It's so easy for us to focus in on what's wrong with us rather than what's strong with us. So I wish you well with these strengths cards, and thank you for listening, and listen on for 2 more videos of 2 other types of tools that we are offering. Thanks for listening.